To have a director that is so keen and into all aspects of the film, it's not just the story, all of the props, he wanted to be as real as possible.
One of the great things you learn through doing these films for Marvel, first time around it was, how they're going to move in it, and now you realise that you've learned a lot about that language.
I will destroy you and your world.
For Ronan, we had to produce a Cosmi rod. This was essentially a staff with a large head on it. We had to try and show that it had an internal power and the ability to cast this charge of energy. We tried desperately not to make it look like Thor's hammer.
He lives in this world of the Dark Aster, which is a very sort of constructivist, brutal architecture. The challenge for him really was about how to give him the scale without making him look overbuilt.
Nebula is a little bit more difficult. She starts off with a pair of electronic staffs which are quite short, which she then flicks out, and then she clips them together to fight like a quarterstaff. That was, again, quite an interesting piece, because trying to work with stunts on what they needed is trying to make something beautiful, elegant, and practical.
Karen really went for it, and she's great to dress as well. What I tried to do subtly is to give a world of the Dark Aster so that Ronan and Karath and Nebula and Gamora, they feel like they belong together, but they can be individuals.
What is your name?
My name is Peter Quill, okay? Dude, chill out.
Move!
Why?
Ronan may have questions for you.
Karath, he has it's like a steampunk shotgun. You almost want something that's quite crude, like a pump-action shotgun.
Jaimin being cast as Karath, he's got such an extraordinary body. You could put a bin bag on him and he would look beautiful. How you make him look menacing, that's a different thing.
We had to create a bazooka for the Zakharin, which fires a charge of energy. These were based on something that was quite an organic structure, so the weapon grew its own armour, so as opposed to being something that's made of Kevlar or gunmetal.
We can't do this alone.
I know someone who can help.
Glenn Close is the top of the pyramid. She's the most powerful person on Xander. So it's about finding what does a woman in power wear in that situation and how stated does her power want to be. And John C. Reilly, he is the corpsman, so he wears a standard uniform. There's quite a lot of detail specific to him.
For the Nova Corps, we had to produce a number of props. We had to produce a weaponized armband, so we had to create these double-barreled wrist weapons.
The guards wear security bands to control their ins and outs. I need one.
The kiln, which was a dirty prison, was very much a grungy, toxic land. The kiln guards were really based on the Nova Corps, but almost left to a society that were almost forgotten. So anything we produced, like machine guns, weren't beautiful and clean and shiny. There have been times when James felt a little bit let down that, that something doesn't function as it suggested, but we are sometimes defying gravity.
I think everybody has had great fun. It's been hard work, but actually it's been a really happy, really great film.